What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, this got me thinking about how long I've been on YouTube, man. I've been on YouTube on this channel for 10 years now, officially. And this isn't my first channel, because I think I first joined YouTube back in 2006. But this channel is now officially 10 years old. The first video I did on this channel was about the 15th anniversary of the passing of Notorious B.I.G. That's how long I've been on YouTube. But man, that just tells you we're getting old, Generation Y. We are getting old. Now, technically, I'm not part of Generation Y. I'm actually on the tail end of Generation X, but I don't claim them. You got the baby boom generation, 1946 to 1964. Then you have Generation X, 1964 to 1982. Like I said, technically I'm on the tail end of them, but I consider myself part of Generation Y, 1982 to 2000. And then 2000 to 2018, you guys are the millennials. But your kids, those who are being born last couple of years, they're going to have their generation. And you're going to bitch and moan and complain about them too. It is inevitable. Oh no, man, I don't hate. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. Wait till about 2032 and their music starts popping and you're going to say, what the fuck is this dumb shit? Back in my day, we had great rappers like Kodak Black and Pop Smoke. Man, that shit garbage, man. That shit stink, man. You little fucking get off my lawn. Hey, man, what the hell I'm doing? Oh, I done turned it into raw. It happens. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. But anyway, this isn't a joyous occasion. This isn't the mood I wanted for this video. Today is the 25th anniversary of the passing of Notorious B.I.G. And I really am having a hard time believing it's been 25 years. I remember that day when he passed away. I mean, I remember where I was and what I was doing when I found out the information. It was a Sunday because technically it was a Saturday night when it happened, but after midnight it turns into Sunday, and they were in California. And when I found out about it, I woke up that Sunday, and I remember I didn't have my glasses on. I was channel surfing with my poor vision ass, and then I went to MTV, and they were showing an old spring break episode of MTV with Notorious B.I.G. rapping. And I could see something was scrolling across the screen. And that rarely happened on MTV. So I put my glasses on, and that's when I saw the devastating news that he had. I remember, I think it said something to the effect of the rapper Notorious B.I.G. was shot and killed in Los Angeles last night, shortly after leaving a party. He was 24 years old, blah, 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 and just in a state of shock. State of shock. And I remember calling a couple of my friends. Some of them had heard, some of them had not heard. We did not have social media like that. Well, not at all. We didn't have social media back then. The way we found out about shit was looking at the news, or word of mouth. That's how we found out shit. Um, Shocking. And not to equate the two things, but what made the day worse was later on the Chicago Bulls lost to the Knicks on national television off of some bullshit bank shot from Patrick Ewing. I still remember the game. It appeared to be off glass. But no, let me be serious though. I remember when Tupac passed away, and how sad that was. How a lot of our community went into a sort of mourning. Even people who weren't fond of Tupac knew this was a fucked up thing. This whole East Coast West Coast thing had been just a bunch of bullshit. I'm not gonna get into the specifics about what I think happened and all that. I'm just talking about the end result being their deaths. But I remember thinking, well, at least we still got Biggie. At least we still got Biggie, you know. Um, and I remember it was a lot of a promotion for that album coming out, Life After Death. And this was Biggie's second official album. Biggie hadn't put out an album since what, 1994 at that time. And he had been kind of like living off the success of the different singles being released and putting other people on, Junior Mafia, touring and all that, but he hadn't actually put out an album in a while. And there was a lot of speculation about, man, how good is this album going to be? Is he a flash in the pan? There's a lot of pressure and shit. So he was out promoting. So he went out to California, which I think they grossly underestimated, you know, or they overestimated the fires being put out since the time of the Tupac slaying. You know, Biggie might, I mean, look, if I was an advisor of his, man, I would have told Biggie, look, if I were you, I wouldn't come out here for another 2 years, if that. They don't like you over here, bro. Like, they think you had something to do with it, or some of the motherfuckers is like, if Pac gone, we're gonna get your ass. So, it just was an uneasy situation, man. He went out there, and there's a lot of stuff that's come out since then that makes it seem like they were dead men walking over. It's like it was almost inevitable if they didn't get Biggie or Puffy. That's another angle that people don't look at because it seems to me that the primary target was not Biggie in a lot of these situations. It was Puffy. Um, there's a lot of shit that's come out, man. Like if they didn't get them then, it was rumors that they was headed to a party at someone's a music personality, a big musical personality's party at his house. It was rumored that if they went out there was going to be an ambush hit on them. It might have been even worse. I don't know, man. It's just like it was just a fucked up situation, man. Um, one thing that was different is it didn't linger. With Tupac, he was shot September the 7th of '96. He lingered for 6 to 7 days. He lingered. You had hope that maybe he could survive. With Notorious B.I.G., it was almost instantaneous. I think he was. They said he survived. He was communicable for like maybe a couple of minutes, then he just went comatose and he's died. He just died. His wounds were unsurvivable, um, especially the one that I think damaged his liver, colon, and heart. That was couldn't survive that. I just hate what we lost, man. In my opinion, he's the greatest lyricist I've ever heard. He definitely had the greatest flow I've ever heard. I've heard that he died with 5 unreleased songs in his head, and I still think that he had so much more to give. Not saying he was a perfect man. Um, he wasn't a perfect man. He was a flawed human being. But as an artist, I think that we were robbed of one of the greatest rappers of all time. In my opinion, maybe I'm biased. I guess I am being biased. I think he's the greatest rapper of all time in some ways. Tupac is the greatest rapper when it comes to overall things, but when you talking about rapper, like lyricist, I always still think Biggie's the greatest. And, look, as a dark skinned, fat kid growing up, uh, being a large person in general, you know, mountain of a man as an adult, you gravitate toward a guy like Biggie. You know, a lot of times in our society, you're supposed to be some slim. Look, let's be honest with you. This is how it is in America. There's um, any society that is dominated by a certain group. It seems to be subliminal that you should be fair skinned, you should be thin, you should be small framed. With you should look a certain way. And Biggie broke that mold. He showed that you can look different than some of what people say you should look like and still be something of a sex symbol, still be something of someone to admire and someone to want to emulate. So in that ways, yeah, Biggie meant a lot to a lot of us. So, he's still missed to this day, man. Tell me what you guys think.